Okay, so this is how you block. I know a lot of people are confused about what ones, twos, threes, and fours, especially threes and fours. Most people don't even know what they are. Everybody's on a different page. So I'll hopefully bring some clarity to that and just show like the most basic way to block a 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Blocking a 1 is blocking line. Okay, so we're taking this part of the court. It's really simple. You just line your outside hand up on the ball, just right around that ball. Go straight back, and then your inside hand will be dropping into that corner. Angle is pretty much the same thing, but you'll line up right in front of them like you're doing a line block. And right when you're about to block, you're gonna take a big step over and do the same exact move. Literally the same exact move. It's gonna feel like you're not in front of them and maybe you're leaving a bunch of space, but that's the whole point. We're not trying to block the ball necessarily when we do 1s and 2s. We're trying to show them where to hit it. And if you get a block, it's really their mistake. That's why it's an error on the stat sheet. So 2, you line up in the angle, in the line, take a step over, same move. Now, how far you go to the side depends on how far off the set is, right? So if the set's way off the net, you should get way over here and block because they have just way more range. Your defender will probably scoot into the court a little bit more. If it's a tight set and you're blocking angle, you just stay pretty much on that line. Like you just grab it. So the closer the ball is to the net, the more into the line you are, the further off the net is, the more into the angle you get. Okay, now this is the good stuff. 3s and 4s. These are fake plays. So this is where you're actually trying to get the block. Okay, so a 3 is when you're faking like you're blocking angle and then you actually jump back into the line. A 4 is when you're faking like you're blocking line, which this is what most people do, and then they'll dive into the angle and you actually take the angle. So what you're doing when you're doing a 3 and a 4, you're giving up like half of the potential swings and you're really only trying to get 2 things. If you're blocking a 4, you're hoping that they swing angle because they see you're in the line. So you're either getting a block in the angle or your defender is gonna run to the line and you're gonna dig that high line. That's all you're getting. If they cut it angle, you're giving that up. If they swing it line, you're giving that up. It's a fake play. We're playing our odds. I mean, there's should be a 50% chance that you get one of those. They either hit it angle and you block it or they shoot it line. And you're doing it right at the last second. As soon as they're jumping, you dive over there. What people get confused about is that they try to still take everything, right? They're doing this fake and they're blocking, they're jumping into the angle, but they're still trying to get that shot or they're still trying to get the swing into the line and they end up doing nothing. It's a full commit. You're fully just blocking over here. And a way to do that deceptively is by not taking a step. So when you do an angle block, it's a step over block. You're showing them early. What I've seen so many blockers do is they're doing a 4 call and they still take that step over and show that they're doing that before the person swings. Anders Mold does this amazing. He goes up, straight up and down. This is a 4 block, straight up and down. And then he reaches with his body over here to block that angle ball. So as a hitter, when I'm looking and I'm taking a look and I'm going down, I'm seeing the weight of the blocker. And I can tell when most guys are running a 4 because they'll lean over and then they'll try to way dive over there. But the blockers that I have the most problems with, they go straight up and down and then they reach here. Now it's really hard if you're not 6'10", so I actually recommend most people don't do this because if you're 6'3", and you do a 4 block properly and I still hit it angle and I swing high and hard, there's a really good chance you're not gonna stop me. So it really only works when you're 6'7", 6'8", tall to run these properly. So a 3 block would be the same thing, just the opposite way. Take a step over into the angle, dive over to the right side with mainly your arms, not really showing too much weight distribution when you're down here.